Hello, welcome to Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor. That was a really terrible Christopher Walken impression. Is there any other kind? Yeah, it's Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, and this game is basically just the new hotness. It really is. It's been receiving overwhelmingly positive reviews from both critics and players alike. This game was very underhyped. In contrast to games like Destiny, Titanfall, what's that other big flop? But you know what I mean. All those next-gen, those ones that are hyped for like a year, then they come out and they can't live up to expectations. On the other hand, this game, they didn't release any copies for review until like a week before it came out. So, you know, there wasn't a lot of hype, there wasn't a lot of anything said about this game. And it's a licensed title, you know, a Lord of the Rings property, so games based on existing franchises, like movie franchises and things like that, tend to, excuse me, they tend to have the bar set pretty low from them, from the outset. People tend to have very low expectations of licensed properties to begin with. Interestingly enough, the combat in this game is very similar to another licensed game that's pretty successful, is the Batman Arkham series, with sort of the brawling combat and the counters and things like that. Let's get into some combat real quick. I'll just sort of wail away at these guys. Counter, see there, counter attack. I'll do a little ground execution move there, and you like level up your combat stuff. You know, stuff like that. So the combat, as you can see, is really fun. The graphics, everything feels very next gen about this game. The Nemesis system is really interesting. Every orc has an individual personality. I mean, seriously, every single orc in Mordor. You won't see their personality until, and unless they kill you. In which case, if a little gruntling orc ends up killing you, then he gets promoted to captain, and he has a rank and personality traits, you know, like strengths and weaknesses, fears and hatreds, and all that kind of jazz, you know. He's like a real person. But he's an Uruk, so, you know, yeah, they're not orcs, they're Uruks, which are a cross between goblins and orcs, if I'm not mistaken. And see how I keep drawing my swords, because it's like, oh, you about to be in combat? Then he's like, no, you're not going to be in combat. Because there's an Uruk down there, and you know what, you can even, like, stealth kill people. Yeah, it will... Critics of this game will say that it is derivative. Definitely combat-wise. You know, you got the Batman similarity. Movement-wise, it's very Assassin's Creed. But you know, I never could get into Assassin's Creed. As popular as that game is, first and foremost, the dude and the Animus, like in modern times, completely unnecessary component to the game whatsoever. Does nothing but take you out of the action and the immersion. Like Desmond Miles, that's the loser's name. Like, I don't care about him. I don't need the exposition that badly. I mean, it can just be a game about old style assassins killing people, and I'm fine with that. I would enjoy that much more. You know, you don't have to throw. Oh my God. Caragors are the worst. I avoid fighting them whenever I can. But you can dominate them from above quite easily. Quick time event. I'm the worst at these quick time events. Now this one's not going to be friendly. Is it? He's not going to bother me? Nice. Riding Caragors can be very advantageous. What am I going to do right now? What am I going to get into? I can get some intel from somebody. Down here, there's a worm, I believe. Not literally a worm, but someone I can get for intel. I'll just grab him and interrogate him like that. That's badass. Forfeit your mind. I want strengths and weaknesses on somebody, so who do I want them on? Crazy dude, right? I got strengths and weaknesses on him. Who's this guy? The Whisperer, who I already killed once. I should know his strengths and weaknesses from that. It's not fair. Oh no, I do know them. Okay. This guy I don't know. The Massive, the Screamer. Screw this guy. I don't like him. Vulnerable to combat finishers, stealth finishers, and mounted beasts. Yeah, I'll just kill you for good measure. This guy wants some action too. Counter? What's your deal? Just toying with him. I mean, if 3 Uruks like at once, that's nothing. But it's easy to get overwhelmed when you're in a stronghold and alarms get raised. You can take some out in one hit if you get a fully charged headshot in there, but that's hard to do with a controller. Yeah, by me, suckers! Get some! Counter! What I wanted to get is get a hit streak going, and then I can just execute somebody like that. When your hit streak counter, seen on the left, when the number turns red, that's when you can do some fancy shit. Like now, execute, boom! Thin him out, just thin him out. Who said that? So how many was that? 1, 2. Is that 2 guys there? 4, 5. I'm a dinner lurking around, son. Yeah. Oh, Timmy! Counter. Oh, that's a cool execution. Just killing orcs. Uruks, sorry. It's like the monkeys and apes thing. Orangutan's a member of the great ape family. So yeah, you get it. Karagor over there. I don't want none of that. Alt F9? Yeah.